He's just starting to tire here. Went for the slower ball and got it very wrong. It just had to be helped away behind square. Picked the gap this time as well, McCullum. He has been hitting them straight at the fielders out there on the fence. This time he got it in the gap.
Bowled him. Clean bowled him. The fifth New Zealand batsman to be clean bowled in this innings. McCullum goes, and it's all over at 130.
Yeah, McCullum looking to get down the wicket and to go with the wind, but brilliantly bowled, absolutely superbly bowled. Was a deucer, and it's done. McCullum all ends up. Malinga opened the door and Murali finished it off. McCullum out for 43, New Zealand all out for 130.
Oh dear, I think is what you have to say about that New Zealand performance. 130 all out in less than 40 overs. 43 from McCullum, the top score. The openers both making starts, but aside from that, very little. And no surprise to see Muralitharan with 4 for 31, but pick of the bowling this time, Malinga 5 for 68. Between them, the two M's are wreaking the damage. And it meant that at the halfway stage, New Zealand trailed by 138. A lot of hard work ahead for them.
Taranga, the man on strike. No ball call.
Well, New Zealand should be smarting a wee bit from this, and they have to be very fired up. The only way they're going to get back in this game is to bowl Sri Lanka out for around about 150 or less. They don't want to have to go 300. Taken beautifully by Matthew Sinclair. Oh, great judgment there. Magnificent trusting of the pitch from Taranga.
Well, I think he expected that to move away clearly and seam up, and it didn't. It actually just on the angle. And if it had been a little less bounce, it would have clipped the top of the off stump. He's underway.
This is where I feel he is very dangerous, Jayasuriya, because they're in credit.
Well, you could hear the sound of the ball on bat, and it was a cracking stroke. Good stroke, little drop kick, signature shot from Jayasuriya. It's what you see him play a lot in the one-day game, chipping over the inner ring and away for 4. Oh, glorious. Absolutely stunning stroke. Well, good stroke. Just checked his drive here, Taranga. And he checked it so well that it just got to the boundary after just threading a needle through the gap, and a good 4.
Well, that's quite nicely timed, isn't it? Looked like he was cramped for room for a second or two, but that's Jayasuriya for you. And it looks like he might be getting into gear.
Gone. Well, that's just the break they needed. Chris Martin strikes, got the first 3 wickets in the first innings, and in his first over after the break, that'll give New Zealand a big lift. Umpire Taufel raising the finger. 44 for 1.
First question is, where did this one pitch? It's fairly full. I think that's pitched on middle and leg, and I think that's hitting middle halfway up. That's dead. Taranga has to go. Martin was pleading for it. The New Zealanders needed it badly. They needed that wicket after the pre-lunch bowling session for them. They've got it. They've got a good one too. Taranga's out for 20, 44 for 1.
Here's Bond. Straight in. Straight into his lap. A cut shot. Well, he was almost out like that in the first innings. It cleared the fielder. Man stationed directly there, and Sangakkara is gone cheaply. Trap set for him. He fell into it, straight into the lap of James Franklin, 62 for 2.
Only a man in tremendous form, and Pat's overconfident. It did bounce more and was too close to him. Because of that, he couldn't control it. He couldn't keep it down. He had a crack at getting out that way in the first innings. This time, James Franklin was perfectly positioned to take the catch. What a disappointing dismissal for such a classy player, Sangakkara. But he's on his way cheaply for 8. It's 62 for 2.
Brian Jerling is not agreeing with 11 screaming New Zealanders on the field. Certainly there was a sound. He had to make a decision. Now, was it bat on stump on turf?
Well, there's definitely bat on turf here, without doubt. It's whether it's taken the ball as well.
Edge taken. Jayasuriya goes. Vettori strikes. And another experienced man heading back.
Well, Bob Grant Nisbet, he called it. Daniel Vettori came in. Didn't turn as much as Jayasuriya was expecting. Well flighted. Jayasuriya just pushing forward, the angled bat. That's the key there. Easy catch for Stephen Fleming. He picks that up. New Zealanders on a roll. They've got Sangakkara. Now they've got Jayasuriya. He makes the long walk back to the pavilion, and it is out for 31. It's 62 for 3.
That's a nice shot. That's beautifully timed. In actual fact, it's away to the boundary. Just gave him a little bit of width. And he's hit it away square for 4. And Vettori just bowling a bit short at the moment and getting hit away short and wide.
It's gone away for 4. Risky, streaky, but along the ground, no chance. Oh, lovely shot. What a classic cover drive. It might not be timed well enough to go for 4. It will be. Oh, this was a bit streaky. Wasn't totally controlled. He's got away with it. Chase for the fielder down here in the ill-fitting jersey. I think he's borrowed that one. And he can't pull it in. And that's the 100 up for Sri Lanka.
Oh, he's bowled him straight through. How did that get through? One of the most innocuous deliveries Daniel Vettori will ever bowl. Has beaten Kapagedera and bowled him, as they say, neck and crop.
I told you something would happen once we came on. A little bit of a boring period the last half an hour. Even worse than Cummins' dismissal. At least Cummins had the excuse that it was quick. He just missed it. Went straight through, clattered the stumps, 100 for 4. He goes for 27. Just came down in time on it. Quick arm ball from Vettori. He dropped it. I think he's got an edge onto it, maybe appealing for a leg before, but there was something onto it and Sinclair didn't take.
Just wondering how he didn't hit this in the middle of the bat either. Daniel Vettori's playing tricks on everyone, because this one snuck through and it hit something. Both it hit bat and pad.
Just short. Just short. So within a couple of inches of that wicket.
Oh, I think this might have carried, Tony. I've got a sneaky feeling just looking at the reaction, and that would have been as a result of the brilliant fielding of Vettori if it had a stuck. It's to Astle, who's had a pretty quiet game. Oh.
Good shot, very good shot, straight to the boundary. Dropped too short by Chris Martin, and this is a good batting pitch now. Not this time. Just looked to be heading down leg side, really. But as they say, worth a shout.
Well, look at Matthew Sinclair. He doesn't go down. He actually stays quite still. But it's a slight angle. Beautifully bowled. Look at the lovely loop. I think you've got to give that the benefit.
In the air and in the gap. There's a man there for that shot, but the placement was spot on. 4 more runs. 141 for 4. Oh, solid. Very solidly hit. They'll push for 2 here. A big run off the fence for the fieldsman, and they'll complete 2 quite nicely. And that's the 50 partnership. Shouts will catch it.
It's off the bat.
Yep, a tough chance. 152 for 4.
Yes, just a little. Went to paddle it around the corner again. Just comes off the top edge of the bat there. Towards the gloves. Good effort, Matthew Sinclair. Can't be expected to take too many tough chances.
In the air. And falling short. Well, there was some interest there from the fielders, but once again the ball falls into open spaces.
And there's another one, nicely played, inside out. Batsman saying, okay, you bowl there, and I can still hit you over long off. Up they go, and they got him. They got him. A catch down the leg side, and beautifully handled by Matthew Sinclair. And that is a strangle and a half.
Well, it is, and J.R. Wardner is far from happy about this. He keeps looking back and shaking his head. He didn't want to go, but the rules say he has got to. He thinks it might have clipped his pad or his thigh pad. He might be right. Anyway, it was well taken by Matthew Sinclair. Let's just see from here if we can pick up what it hit. The pad. It went past the bat and hit the pad by the look of it. So J.R. Wardner is quite right to be upset, but umpire Taufel has the final say. It's 168 for 5.
Oh, just wide. Great effort in the gully. Edge and down. Pretty sure that one carried to Nathan Ashton. We'll check it. It was heading down and away. Not easy.
Brilliant piece of bowling. The quick bouncer, and then he got him into a situation where he didn't want to play the ball. And I think Astel's hand did get underneath it. A reaction from everybody concerned tend to suggest really that the right hand, it was a tough one, it was going down. It could have stuck. Would have been a magnificent catch.
Oh, that was an unusual shot. He's got it away. It's, I don't know, I suppose that's a late cut.
Good shot. And that's his half century.
Good shot. Could run all the way if it gets onto those practice wickets. Oh, it's done it now. It's into the boundary for 4. Well played once again.
Okay, that's gone. Travis couldn't get it. Again, just short. They're really teasing Nathan Astel today. He's had a couple which have landed just short, one which is just barely carried. None of them have qualified as a catch.
It's a good healthy edge. Hasn't really gone too hard at the ball though, Joe Wardner.
Well bowled. Certainly beat him.
Very wide on the crease there, Daniel Vettori. Outside off stump.
Got him on the elbow. Got him on the right elbow, and that's hurt. That really has hurt. You could hear it through our effects microphone.
Well, he wanted to leave it. Oh, that is right on the bony point of the elbow. And that will hurt. That will hurt.
That is over extra cover. As simple as that. Just short.
And that is a wonderful cover drive. Well, we're seeing some good shot play from this young pair.
That's in the gap, and that's 4 more too. That was hit so well.
Very tired delivery this, and one also from a player who's been starved of bowling and is coming to the end of a fairly long afternoon. That's just short and wide and very slow down the other end, 82 kilometres per hour, and it was really there for the taking. Whack.
And there is plenty to think about there. 225 for 5. That will be stumps on the second day of a test match that is well advanced. Terrific effort by those two. They've put on 57. Silva in his second test match gone over 50 for the second time. He's not out on 79. Prasanna Jayawardene, the new wicketkeeper, he's on 22 and starting to prove his worth with the bat and his place at number 7. Plenty to think about for Stephen Fleming. Plenty of frustration for Stephen Fleming. He's lost players there front and centre, and he knows he's got a massive batting job ahead of him.
First ball of the day then, Vettori the bowler. And an aggressive approach immediately taken by Jayawardene, and the first run of day 3.
Over the top for 4. He's not going to hang around in the 90s, it seems, the little Silva. Flashing wide of the off stump and picking up well, bonus runs there. Sri Lanka bring up their 250. Their lead is extended to 388. And if you're going to go hard, they say.
When you get middle order players facing what is generally the second new ball in on a score, the bowlers want to use it for wickets, but often the batsman will use it to attack.
That's 4 as well. He is not hanging around a full toss down the ground for 4 at a great rate of knots. So the new ball has paid dividends, all right, for the batting side. No time. He's going to scamper through, put the pressure on, and he gets it. Oh, what a moment. What a moment, and what a comeback. One of the best comebacks you'll see in a very new Test career ever. A pair on debut, a century next time round, and all his experienced teammates come out on the balcony to congratulate him. There's a hug from Jayawardene. What a special day in this cricketing life. There's a multitude of Test hundreds there applauding this bloke's first one. Well done, son. That's a great shot. Just magnificent pull shot. He had so much time there.
Statistically, Prasanna Jayawardene didn't bring any form to suggest that he could bat. Well, the form he showed in that shot would suggest to me that he may score some runs at the test match level. That is as good a pull shot as you will ever see.
Straight up in the air. This should be out. It will be out. It is, yeah. So they get the breakthrough. Martin gets the breakthrough. The sub fielder does it, Stu Mills. So that's going to go down court sub, but very vital that New Zealand have been able to break through, and Prasanna Jayawardene is on his way back. He failed to get the timing right this time around.
He just played a fantastic pull shot earlier. This time, he just got cramped for him, and he had to fetch a little bit from the offside. It got too close to him there. And all he could do was spoon it up in the air, and well done, Stu Mills. The heart would have been racing. But this partnership has finally broken. It was a great partnership. Prasanna Jayawardene out for 37. It's 262 for 6.
Nice shot. Weight on the back foot for Vast, so that delivery well up to him. Just lost possession of it. Gives the batsman the opportunity to finish 2 runs comfortably.